I was really excited this season that we got to delve a little more into the Raptor's personal life to kind of, get some context as to why he is the way he is in terms of being as brash as he is. So it was it was a wonderful experience, one, working with David Allen Greer, because we had not worked together prior to this. And, we were both, we were pretty much both on the same trajectory, having done more dramatic work before we were both known as funny actors, and being able to get back to the more dramatic work, that we started with. So it was a nice dance that we were able to do, and being able to have that shared experience, I think really brought a lot to what we saw, what you actually see on camera. And the people who played my parents were people that I had already had experiences with, which was also fun. Denise Dowse, who played my adoptive mom, had been my acting coach for years, and had really been a family friend for like the last 25 years. So that was awesome. Adrienne Lennox, who played my birth mom, actually played my mom on a stage production of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. So, having had these shared, intimate and emotional experiences before The Resident, I think really informed a lot of the work that we were able to do on the show. Being able to, flourish in dramatic work doesn't depend on being funny, and I've always thought that comedy is just, it's a harder track. And in comedy, there's a pressure to be funny. And because I started out doing more dramatic work, and then being known for comedy, and of course, on a certain level, I'm good at comedy because I've been doing that for so much of my life. But I've always, ached at being able to, or rather, my muscles were aching because they wanted to do more dramatic work, because for a string of time I was really only doing comedy. So much of the Raptor was already on the page. So when I got the sides to audition, I knew, there are some auditions you get and you're like, okay, I don't really want to go on it, but I guess I should. And there's some auditions you're like, yo, I want this. And that was one of those, the Raptor was one of those auditions that I really wanted. Even if I didn't get the role, it was an audition. I wanted to have the experience of this guy who is brash, who is arrogant, who has zero to give, because I spent so much of my life, always caring about what other people thought about me or what other people were saying about me. So to be able to, as a, not just an actor, but as a man, I had finally come into this place where I wasn't so concerned with what people were thinking about me. So be able to have a role that embodies that was something that really excited me. And then once we started doing the work, and there was so much of, there was just so much leeway there that the writers and producers allowed me to have with this role, because they felt that I embodied the Raptor, to the nth degree. So there are times where we may have discussions about certain things, and I love the fact that they trust me and they trust my instinct, and together we work to smooth some things out, that because I'm so close to the character, there are some developmental things. Like I said, it's collaboration, but they really trust me and they trust my instincts. Yeah, so one of the things that I'm really excited about is, of course, we've been on this track with the Raptor and Mina and what's going to happen with that relationship. But now there's someone else in the picture. So it it kind of changes the dynamic between the Raptor and Mina, because we actually see him. With Mina, it's love unrequited, whereas with this new love, you actually get to see the Raptor, shine and flourish and live in this loving place. But we also find that it's not necessarily the end of the road with the Raptor and Mina. So it's a nice place to be. And even as an actor, I don't know just yet where the storyline is going. So there's a wonderful place of just being present to, the episodes as I get them.